Hello everyone, welcome back. I wanted to show you this tutorial that was requested by several of you viewers. So I thought I'd be nice and try and figure out how I'm doing it, because you guys, I'm not the perfect tutorial maker, but I will give it a whirl. So anyway, as you know, I had did this accordion box mini album for my mama. As you can see, I haven't given it to her yet, no judgment. But it's getting there. I'm going to send it to her. I just haven't had I actually am going to be driving to Pennsylvania soon, so I figured I'd just drop it off instead of mailing it. So that's really why I still have it. Well, anyway, I've had a couple people ask me to do a tutorial on how I made it. So the first thing you need to do in order to do to make one of these accordion box mini, you have to figure out what kind of box you want. You can pick any box, any size, whatever you want. You have to decide what box you're going to use. And once you figure out the box that you want, you take the box. I'm going to use this as an example because it's a little smaller and it'll be in frame more. You need to figure out how big your base is, the bottom box, because the lid is bigger than the actual box. So as you can see, my box is 4 1/8. So I will always make my paper a little smaller. That means about 3 1/4, 3/4, or 3 7/8, around that time, because you need room to be able to fit your paper in, but when it comes out, that it doesn't get stuck on the sides because it's so thick and so wide. So you want to give it a little bit of room to pull out. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can do one of two things. You can do 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I use 65 pound weight or higher. It doesn't matter. I mean, I felt 65 was strong enough. And because I matted it with paper anyway and covered it with pictures and stuff, it was strong enough. You can use 12 by 12 paper. It's up to you how you want to use it. In this video today, I'm going to use 12 by 12 paper because it just seemed to be what I wanted to use in regards to the colors that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my trimmer, and I'm going to cut, because this is 4 1/8. I'm going to cut it down to 3 3/4. And to save time, I would just put, a piece of paper in here, 12 by 12. Put it at 3 3/4 and cut it. And now you have a piece of paper that is 12 by 3 3/4. So I will put it here on my scoreboard, and I'm going to start scoring. Now, because I want my pages all to be the same size, I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this same size. So you're going to need, in this, you're going to need 2 pieces of 3 3/4 by 12, or whatever size your box base is that you're going to, give or take a eighth or so. So I'm going to score it at 3 3/4. I always double score mine. And I'm going to come over at 7.5, and then I'm going to score it again at 11 1/4. And I'll turn it around so you can kind of see the score marks. Hopefully you can see it. And you're going to have a piece of paper that looks like this. Now, what I did by trial and error, I found that I started out with 2 pieces of paper this size, but the second piece, you only need 3 3/4 by 7.5. And when you get that piece of paper, you're going to just score it at 3 3/4, and you'll have your 2 pieces. So what you do is you end up with something like this. I did everything, pre-did them to save time on the camera. My camera has been really acting weird, so it's my birthday month. Yay, happy birthday to me. So I am looking into possibly you know, switching cameras, because I use my cell phone, which has been perfect, but my cell phone has been really acting weird. So I have been thinking, you know, what are my alternatives? So whatever information you guys might know that can help me, let me know in your description box. That'd be great. But anyhow, you're going to end up with a piece of paper that looks like this. This is my 3 3/4 by 7.5, and this is my 3 3/4 by 12. If you remember, at the end of it, you end up with a little piece. I put some paper, some tape here. You can use whatever adhesive you like, and I'm going to adhere them together so you can see what I'm doing. And because one side has pattern paper and the other side does not, I just cut some paper out and mat it along. So I just you can turn it over and see if you can get it to measure. I don't do all that because I'm just going to cover it anyway. So as long as the pattern is with the pattern, I'm good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten it out and try my best to get it on here without getting all the way in the fold, because then it'll give it a hard time to fold it up. So now you're going to end up with something that looks like this, and you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. 5 panels will get you what I actually showed you in regards to what I made my mom. It give you 4 sides on one side to put your pictures and sentiments on, and then 4 on the other side. So the next thing that I do, I fold it, and then I determine which way do I want my pattern to go, whether I want to open it this way or this way, whatever. So I figure it out, and I decide that I'm going to do it this way. My fold is right here. I like the fold to be where either in the beginning or in the end, because you're going to cover that anyway. Nobody's going to see that there's a break there, but it's still cute. So what I do is I fold it up the way it's going to look like in the box. Then I take my pen and I put an X here like that, and because this is pattern paper, I put it here too. Now the reason why I put an X here, because that tells me these are the things that are that's going to be attached to the box, to the bottom of the box and to the top of the box, so I don't have to decorate it or put any paper on it. Okay, so before I attach it to the box, I pick out what paper or pattern paper I want to put on this side. Okay, so you end up with something like this, and this, I'll cut out little pieces of paper and stick it here, and it looks kind of cute. It's not as bad as the other side. Now this is the side, and these are the 2 with the X's on them. This is a different piece of paper, but this is how it looks. So now that I have it, I'll put my adhesive around on both sides, the ones with the X on it. I put adhesive there. Once I have decorated my pages, I will attach the box. So you can either put your pictures and sentiments and start creating your pages before you attach. That's what I usually do. You can do however is suitable for you and go from there. Well, I'm going to decide what's going to be my inside and what I want to see when I first open it, whether I want to see this side or whether I want to see this side. And I think I want to see the one with the roses on it. So I'm just going to start taking my tape off. I'm going to start taking my adhesive off, and only on one side at a time. So I'm going to take my adhesive off. I know some people usually run music, but you know, I can talk everybody's ear off. My husband, I make him sleepy because I just talk and talk, and he's so sweet, and he listens to me, never tells me to shut up. He's so sweet. That's my honey bear. So anyway, so we get it off, and it's sticking and ready to go. So I said I wanted to see that side first, but oh well, who cares? I'm going to see this side instead. So I'm going to take it off, and then I'm going to put it inside here, but I'm going to make sure that I like where it is first, because you don't want to go all the way to the edge and have a problem opening it. And then once it looks good, I just put it all in there. Sit it down in there, get it all nice And then when it pulls out, it doesn't stick. It comes right out with no problem. So this is how it looks when it opens. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. Now this part's tricky, but it's not as bad because you got some leeway inside the box, which is why I suggest you have at least 5 panels or more. That way you have some room to put the lid without, you know, everything dangling from and you're trying to hold it with this finger and all that kind of foolishness. So, alright, so we're going to remove the adhesive from here. And as you can see, I have to find some more boxes because I had already pre-did some and give these as gifts. It's my birthday this month, so usually for my birthday month, I try to do stuff for other people instead of expecting people to do stuff for me. So, except for my family. Of course, they're going to take me out to eat and all that good stuff. Yay! But my birthday's not till the end of the month. It's not till the end. So, well, toward almost the end. So, anyway, that's how it's going to look. So you look at it and you're going to turn it just like you did the bottom. You're going to do the top. So you're going to find your top and you're going to figure out how you want it. Because this has a bow on the front of it, this tells me this is how I want it to look when I put it on. So I just turn it over and I do the same thing. I just stick it inside, make sure it's kind of centered but not too close to the edge, and then I just stick it down. See how easy that was? It really wasn't hard. And then you put it together and look. And you have this side, and then ta-da, you have this side. And then you can decorate the top like I did with my mom's. I just layered it, put different layers. It's so cute. And or you can leave it like this. I personally am going to strip this off, and I'm going to put a shaker on the front because this actually is a project that I'm doing, and I'll show the end results in another video. So this is the tutorial for my accordion box mini album. If you have any questions or want to leave a comment, put it in the description box below. Until next time, thanks for watching. Be blessed.